Hello, Lynn Watts here with Wyatt the Wonder Dog Books. And today I want to talk about two other books. I didn't write them, but both of them are great for lessons on empathy, for teaching kids about empathy and about connectedness between people. The first one is called I Am Human, a book of empathy. So it says that right there in the title. It is written by Susan Verde. And it basically goes through and talks first about all the, or not all, but many of the positive things about being human. We're always learning. We have big dreams. I see possibility. I have endless curiosity. And then it also talks about some of the down things or downsides of uh, being human. And that might be sometimes I have a heavy heart. I feel sadness. Sometimes we make mistakes and we're not perfect. We can be fearful of other things. And then it ends the book by talking about lots of ways that people can support each other. And that, of course, is where the empathy comes in. I can act with compassion, lend a helping hand, treat others with equality, be fair. A bad day can become a great day with kindness. All right. So lots of nice little illustrations, some pretty advanced concepts in here. So I would say this would be a great book to share with perhaps older elementary, and then, taking the time to talk about all those different concepts like compassion, forgiveness, so on. So you could do a lot of different lessons with this book, and it could be applied to a lot of different things. The other book that I want to talk about that has to do with empathy and also the connectedness between people. This is a very popular book. It's called The Invisible String. It is written by Patrice Karst, Karst, and a great book for sharing with young children who might be having trouble with some separation anxiety in particular, things that make them frightened or afraid. And so the story starts out with children who are frightened by a storm, and the mother reassures them that not to worry, I'm always here with you, and we are all connected by this invisible string. And so when one of the children says, I don't see a string, she defines what it is. And she says, you don't need to see the invisible string. People who love each other are always connected by a very special string made of love. But if you can't see it, how do you know it's there? Even though you can't see it with your eyes, you can feel it with your heart and know that you are always connected to everyone you love. So, a fabulous concept that the author has taken and put into, a really insightful, reassuring book. And then the rest of the book goes through a lot of different situations where a child might feel alone, being at school, missing their parents, being away from home. And so it talks about this invisible string that always connects people who love each other and care about each other. So, another great book on empathy, The Invisible String. So, I'd recommend either one of these to use either individually with children who are perhaps having some issues with either empathy or being frightened, anxious, or in a classroom, they would make some great lessons as well. So I hope that helps. And thanks so much for listening.